Welcome to Trinity of Fitness Bootcamp. I'm your instructor, Coach Nye. Today is day 30, the self-love mastery. We just went over kind of what self-love was. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Number one we're going to talk about is daily self-love habits. Learning different habits and different things that you can do to become the better version of you, the healed version of you as you go on your healing journey. Daily self-love habits are small, repeatable actions that communicate safety, your self-worth, and respect, self-respect, self-worth. And it helps you communicate safely and listen and not get in that reacting. You'll stay in responding. Responding is so important. So daily self-love habits are small, repeatable actions. And these actions help you along your way with your self-worth, with your self-respect, and how to communicate. They regulate the nervous system through consistency. We talked about the nervous system, right? The nervous system, I always say, is your cup. It's your cup that God fills up, but it's your discernment. So when you start feeling the anxiety and worrying and the fear creeped in, use your discernment. That's how God communicates with you, through your nervous system. So when you start practicing self-love, pouring into yourself, you're able to regulate that nervous system by identifying, like, this is not my energy. I don't like this. This does not fit well with me. And you'll be able to communicate well and say, hey, I know for a while we've been getting along. I know every time we come around, we laugh and joke and we laugh and joke. But now I'm pouring into myself. I'm working on myself. And there's things about me that I realize that I trauma bonded with you, or I may have had a tie to you from one thing, but 9 times out of 10, it was a trauma bond. And it's not that you want to get rid of people. It's just that you need to be honest with yourself and them so you can navigate this newfound you correctly and in a safe, healthy manner. When you practice daily self-love habits, it builds self-trust. One choice at a time. One choice at a time, right? So my daily self-love habit is going to help me build self-trust. One choice at a time, whatever it is that I choose. So today I realized that I've been trauma bonding with you. Okay, how do I fix that? Thank you. So, but to build self-trust one step at a time, one choice at a time, that means that, hey, here I am. I know I trauma bonded with you, but why did I trauma bond? Why was that a trauma bond? Why was that a thing? Because now I'm starting to see things clearly. Now I'm starting to see, why am I with you? Why am I around you? Why are we friends? Why is this? But you have to do this in a healthy manner. And the reason why you have to do it in a healthy manner is because as you heal, it does not mean that you have to be nasty with people. As you heal, you learn to be your true authentic self and operate from a place of love. So you get to the root of that. The root of reason why you were with that person is because of abandonment issues. You became friends with that person because of abandonment issues. She had abandonment issues from her family. You got abandonment issues from your family. Y'all came together. Y'all found something in common, and then boom, y'all became besties. So the reason why I say you heal, when you heal your environment, because as you identify things, guess what? It's going to help her as well. So one choice at a time. What do you choose today? What is it that you're going to do? And they don't have to be big ones, just intentional. Whatever you choose to work on today or pour into yourself or love on yourself about, listen, it doesn't have to be a great big thing. Just something that's intentional, meaning that you're going to stay consistent with this thing. Now, self-love isn't a feeling. Love isn't a feeling or something that you wait for. It's nothing that you're going to wait for. Not at all. It's a practice you keep. So it's nothing that you're waiting for. It's not like, okay, when this happened, then I'm going to do this. When that happened. No, it's a practice. It's what you're going to keep. If you say today that, you know what, once a week, I'm going to soak in the tub. There's no reason of, I'm going to soak in the tub because I had a bad day at work. I'm going to soak in the tub because I'm upset. I'm going to soak in the tub. I hope you ain't soaking in the tub because you're dirty, because you should be showering, bathing every day. Just saying, self-care. I want you to soak in the tub, because this is something that you're going to do to self-regulate, meaning that every Wednesday, this is my day. This is the day I'm going to pour into myself. Hey, I've already talked to my kids. I don't care if they got small children, then talk to somebody that can come get your kids for an hour and 30 minutes or just an hour. And even if it's 30 minutes, come sit with your kids. This is the time that you're going to sit and you'll be able to meditate. You unplug from everything, worrying about the kids, worrying about the job, what y'all gonna eat, what you're gonna, because you know Wednesday is coming, so you're going to prepare for it. And you're going to practice this thing every Wednesday at a certain time. Every Wednesday, you're not going to do every Wednesday at 5 o'clock and then you push it back. No. The same way that you will pour into your friend and make sure you're consistent in there at that time is the same way you're going to do it for yourself. So if you chose 5 o'clock, you're going to practice and you're going to do that until it become a thing that, hey, every day at 5 o'clock, this is my thing. Do you understand? This is what you do. You pour into yourself. So it's not a feeling. Self-love is not a feeling. It is a practice that you keep and it becomes you. What you do daily teaches your body how to treat you. What you do daily. As a personal trainer, as a life coach, and as a coach, period. I tell people, even if you decide you want to work out and you're like, I don't see no changes, but are you consistent? Are you consistent? Or are you just, well, when I got some time? Don't expect change if you're not consistent. Emotional self-care is the practice of tending to your feelings instead of ignoring them, ignoring and suppressing and judging them. Listen, emotional self-care, this is what we've been talking about this whole 31-day journey. Listen, today is day 30. This whole 31-day journey is the practice of tending to your feelings instead of ignoring them, suppressing them, or judging them, right? What we learn to be is emotionally intelligent. I learned to become so emotionally intelligent that is nothing that the enemy can do can make me go back into crash out mode. Okay? It's nothing the enemy could do to have me go back into crash out mode, because I identify my feelings. I know who I am. I told you, if God is I am, then I am her. I'm his daughter. So why do I have to allow anybody to make me misplace my emotions? Emotional intelligence, meaning that I step into the right, I connect the right emotions to the correct feelings, right? The correct emotions to the right feelings. However you want to put it, I step into the right emotion, meaning that my primary emotions, something just happened, right? Something just happened and it hurt my feelings. Well, I used to step into secondary, which was what I was raised in survival mode, which was I get angry. You hurt my feelings, you make me cry, I'm mad. I'm emotionally intelligent now. You know, I'm well balanced now. I'm grounded now mentally. So I'm going to step into my primary. And because I'm vulnerable now, I can be honest with myself. That is the part about being vulnerable, being honest with yourself. Not anybody else. It's yourself. I'm honest with myself and I'm okay. You hurt my feelings. Guess what? It brought some tears to my eyes. Oh, it brought some tears to my eyes. Made me cry. Maybe, but it's not going to make me angry. I'm going to acknowledge exactly how I feel. It made me sad. I feel sad, right? I didn't jump into secondary. I always stay in primary. My primary emotion is what is happening, the correct emotion to that feeling. So because I do self-care with my emotional self-care, what that means is I validate. I don't let someone else validate my feelings. I validate my feelings. I stand in truth. I stand in integrity when it comes to my feelings. I'm vulnerable and I'm okay. The thing to that is when you heal about being vulnerable, we talked about that 2 classes ago, is that boundaries is what protects me. Me being vulnerable, no one can hurt me. No one's going to take advantage of me. No one's going to use that against me. That's what they taught me in my survival self. No one's going, listen, yes, people will talk about if they see me, oh, I made her cry. Pride and ego would say, oh, no, I can't. No, I don't have pride and I don't have ego. Well, I got them, but I don't. They're like distant cousins. Okay. They're distant cousins. Very distant cousins. As the ancestry tree says, what does it say? Cousins 3 times removed. I don't even know what that means, but it's distant cousins. So that's what they are. Meaning that pride is there, but I have to check pride at the door with my boundaries. Hold on, pride. You can't come up in here. I can handle this. I am vulnerable. I am open, but I have boundaries. I have boundaries. We're not going to do that. So I'm checked my emotions. So therefore, that is the emotional self-care. It starts with noticing what you feel, as we just talked about. What do you feel? It's being honest. What do you feel? It includes soothing, validating, and regulating emotions. So now that I'm honest with myself, I can validate and regulate my emotions. This is just all about self-awareness. All about self-awareness. It prevents emotional buildup that leads to burnout or reactivity. It prevents emotional buildup that leads to burnout or reactivity. What does that mean? When you don't react in the correct emotion, right? So you're sad, but you become angry. Guess what happens? It becomes a mental thing in your head. You become burnt out because now you're overthinking. Now you're thinking about it. Now it's this. Now it's that. Now it's, okay, well, maybe I should have did this. And you become that person that just overthink. And now guess what? You reacted too soon and you lost a friendship. You lost a relationship. You caused strife in whatever it was because you reacted too soon by matching the wrong emotion and you wasn't standing in truth. So emotional self-care isn't indulgent. It's maintenance. It's not it starts with noticing what you feel. And as we talked about, it includes soothing, validating, and regulating emotions. It prevents emotional buildup that leads to burnout and reactivity. Now, we said emotional self-care isn't indulgent, it's maintenance, something that you practice all the time. When you care for your emotions consistently, you show up steadier and more present. When you care for your emotions consistently, you show up steadier and more present. Let's get started. And this is what I want to leave you with for the emotional self-care. Care for your emotions before they demand your attention. Do you understand? What does that really mean when it say care for your emotions before they demand your attention? Meaning that hurt, that breakup, knowing that you were supposed to let that go a long time ago, but you chose to keep going. Knowing that you were supposed to not be involved in that, but you chose to keep going. Throughout that trauma bonding, that trauma hurt, that projection, all of that went before it demands your attention. When you sitting on the ground talking about, God, why me? God, help me, God, please help me. When God all along gave you everything that you need, the tools and everything is within you. So care for your emotions, meaning that when God show you the first time, baby, believe it. The same way that you got to believe that God, that when that person show you who they are the first time, baby, believe it and cut ties and go on about your business. I did not say hate. I did not say do any of that. You have to disconnect from everything that does not align with who you are becoming or have become. Because baby, in this session with everything that we've done, this right here is you evolving into the next step. Knowing your worth, and we're going to talk about that next. Number 3, identify identity rooted in worth. Identity rooted in worth. Let's talk about it. What does that mean? I love it. Identity rooted in worth. And identity rooted in worth means knowing your value isn't earned through performance, approval, or productivity. A lot of y'all are out here trying to prove your worth to somebody, to a job, to everybody. You overworking, you going in. Let me tell you what that's a sign of: people pleasing. You're not healed at all. You're trying to please someone because somewhere in your childhood, you always felt like you had to please somebody, or you had to do something extra for your mom to give you more attention, your dad to be seen. You always was seen as unseen. That's how it was. You were unseen. Sit back in the cut. Get back. Ain't nobody talking to you. You was the Meg from Family Guy to Family. You was just get back. Nobody's thinking about you. And you had to constantly prove yourself. Listen, your self-worth does not have to be proved to anyone. Who you are, you don't have to even explain it. When you say the word no, that's what it is. That is your self-worth, and you don't explain anything. No is, that's it. It's a period. Listen, you don't have to put a period behind it because the word no is the period. Do you understand when I tell y'all looking for a trending moment, but what are you looking for a trending moment for? You are the moment. You are the trending. You are. You are the trending moment. Do you understand? You are the viral moment. You don't have to look for anything. You don't have to discuss anything. It's period. You are. So the same way with no. No. That's it. That's it. The example I use, when someone asks you for something and you say yes, and then you try to explain to them, well, it'll be all right. And they say, no, 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 don't worry about it. Take your time. Because all they wanted to hear is a yes, because what they're trying to tell you is period. That's a period. Your yes is a period. You said you're going to do it. Your yes is a period. So the same way they take your yes as a period, they need to take your no as a period. No. That's your self-worth. Anything that's going to go up against your self-worth, it's a no. No. That is it. That is all. Carry on. Worth is inherent, right? You don't have to prove it. It's who you are. It's already in you. It's your innate nature. It's who you are. You inherited the thing. God gave it to you. So why are you allowing other people to tell you your self-worth? Trust me, I did it for years. Now, self-respect replaces self-abandonment. Self-respect replaces self-abandonment. What does that mean? What? From this place, growth isn't driven by fear, it's grounded by self-trust. You build your life from who you are, not you're trying to be enough. Let's go back to it. Self-respect replaces self-abandonment. When you play yourself small, when you don't want to be seen, you don't want to be bothered, you don't want to smoke, you're just like, oh, I'm behind the scenes. Oh, yeah, you don't self-care, you don't pour into yourself, you don't do any of those things. You do nothing. Nothing. It's because you self-abandonment. You abandon yourself and you go pour into everybody else. Baby, they can be going through it right now. You're going to sit right there. You're going to get your coffee. You're going to get your tea. They tell you all their business and you just like, yeah, let me give you some advice. Because you got the best advice. That's why they come to you. But yet you going through the same thing and you playing yourself small like, no, I'm going to just take the high road. I be dog. No, you're not. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I go against everything and every trend that's out there. And I give you the reason why. I don't just say things without giving you another way of looking at it. I don't believe in that. Oh, you take the high road, I'm going to take the low road. People that say, oh, no, I ain't taking the high road. I'm going to hell. Then guess what? You just invited the enemy in. Now you want the enemy. You want to be in hell with the enemy. That's what the enemy's sitting there like, say less, sis. Say less, bruh. Yeah, they want you there. And then you talking about I'm going to just take the high road and let them be a clown. And but baby, you still people pleasing because what you taking the high road for? What you're basically saying is, yeah, what you think you're doing is, this is what you think is playing out when you say I'm taking the high road. That they looking at you like, man, she's so classy. He's so classy. He is so mature. She's so mature. You know what? I'm going to be like that. Oh, she played him. She allowed him to rage bait himself. No, that's not what they thinking. That's not what they thinking at all. That's not what they thinking at all. What they thinking is, I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to do it better. Because their whole goal is to get you to go to hell with them. Go take the low road. But I'm going to tell you this. I don't take no high road and I don't take no low road. Jesus didn't take no high road and he didn't take no low road. Jesus, when they came for him and everything that was happening and coming up against him, Jesus kept going forward. He kept doing his purpose. He kept, teaching. I can't be bothered by the things that's going to interfere with my alignment. So taking that high road, what you're saying is, I'm not going to say anything. No, you have to speak your truth. You have to learn how in healing, how to respond and not react. So what you think you're doing is, I'm not reacting, so I'm going to take the high road. But baby, you have to speak your truth. You have to learn how to respond. I'm going to tell you how Jesus responded. You have to learn how to respond. And when you learn how to respond, you don't have to take no roads. You just stand in your truth and be who you are. Jesus did not take the high road and say, well, let them talk. We'll just take another route. He didn't do that. He kept going his route. And as he said, if anybody is without sin, go ahead and cast the first stone. Everybody just like, well, you know what? I'm out of here. Yeah, let me get up out of here. Do you understand? He didn't get out of character. He didn't do anything. He continued to draw in the sand because what he was doodling in the sand, to some people, they look at it as the doodling was just like he was just out there just doodling. No, when Jesus did things, it was with intention and in purpose. So you best believe whatever he was doing in that ground had everything to do with him grounding and receiving. Do you understand? So it's not just that he was just doing that to just say, yeah, nah, go tell that. I thought I told you, girl, go get your stuff going about your business. Don't sin no more. Don't you be spreading open no more, okay? He didn't know. He continued to operate and do what he was supposed to do. But let me explain something to you in that message because now I got to speak about that since I brought that one up. A lot of people miss the whole message in that anyway. And the whole message of, she got out there and they brought her to him and said, well, Jesus, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, Jesus? You gonna stone it because she broke the law. And Jesus' whole thing, and it told them basically what he told them is like, he without sin, throw the first stone. But that's all everybody wrote, but they don't understand what happened. See, the law said, if you take it back to Deuteronomy, the law said, and even if you go back to Leviticus, the law said that both, the two, they only brought one. They only brought one. That is what Jesus was talking about. That's what he's talking about, because the law does say it, but it says two. Where's the man? Where's the man? Where the man at? Go get your homeboy. But they can't, because he was the one leading the pack talking about somebody. We're just going to stone her so this won't get out. You see? You got to understand what was wrong. It's not that Jesus was saying, hey, you did something last week. No, that's not what Jesus was saying. The law is the law. It said the two, but you brought one. So now you in sin because you're showing favoritism. You're picking and choosing how to play with the law. So are you sinning? Are you breaking the law? That's what that was about. But that's a whole nother story. Follow me on another day. Now listen. Now we talked about the self-worth replaces self-abandonment. Do not play yourself small. We're not doing that. Give yourself the same self-respect that you would give someone else. You go into a room and you see someone and you like, hey, I see you. You give them their props. Man, you're great. You're such a great speaker. And so are you. So are you. Let me tell you, because doing that will keep you from getting in your feelings. Do you know how many people I have ran across that they'll come on my page and oh, you're great, you're great, you're great. They'll even try and be friend. They'll always try and do these things. And I already know what's going on. But however, I stay in purpose. I continue to do what I'm supposed to do. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. And I continue to be in purpose and do what I'm supposed to do. Is at that moment, and that's why at that moment they do so much pouring into you, right? And then all of a sudden they become envious of you. Now, with me, I don't do that. What I do is when they come to me, it's just automatic. It doesn't matter where I meet you at. We are here. I'm never going to act and be as if I'm higher than. I'm never going to look down on you. I'm never going to act as if I'm the wisest in the room. No, because once you approach me, that means you were sent to me. I'm going to meet you with greatness, and I'm going to allow you to see the greatness within you. Therefore, we're going to self-reflect. That's how I am. But you have to be mindful. People will come in and say, oh, you're so great, but they never pour that into themselves. And since they don't pour it into themselves, then they become envious of other people. I'm going to pour in you regardless. But it's not about me pouring into you. I could tell you how great you are all day. I know I'm great. I could tell you how great you are all day. But if you don't believe it, should have had a V8. If you don't believe it, then baby, what is the purpose? You are doing self-abandonment. You don't even respect yourself. You have to learn self-respect for yourself. So going back up to where we started from, what this subject was all about. Number 3 was the emotional self-care. With emotional self-care, that is your emotional intelligence. That is all what we talked about. That was in number 2. Okay. So to recap what number 3 was, an identity rooted in worth means knowing your value isn't earned through performance, approval, and productivity. Your worth is given. It's who you are. Your worth, you're born with it. Your worth is in you. It's the greatness that's within you. You don't have to prove it to anyone. You just got to break away from the survival mode where they told you that you had to. In order for people to respect you, you got to do this. How many people that parents told them, in order for people to respect you, you have to do this? Only thing I would tell my kids like I do, listen, you may not know everything. You may not be the brightest in the situation or at the table or the conversation, but you are very intelligent. So when someone speaks to you, you give them eye contact. You don't look around. There's no reason for me to look around and look for the answer. You ask me, Coach, now what is self-care? Pouring into yourself? Self-care is, you can do things. I don't have to beat around. I don't have to play those games. This is who I am and this is what I teach. Do you understand? It's pouring into yourself, finding the greatness that's already within you. So I don't have to, that's why I teach my boys, you don't have to look around. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to keep talking to prove yourself. It's in you. They're going to respect you regardless. Because I don't know everything, but I research everything. If I don't know it, I'll research it. And if I don't feel like researching it, that means that I don't care about knowing it. See, I don't try and go out to learn everything just so I can sit at everybody's table. That's where a lot of people get it wrong. Let's talk about that. Stop trying to sit at everybody's table. I don't sit at everybody's table. I don't care how much money is on the table. I don't care if that table was made of marble. And when I leave that table, my pockets are going to be filled with 50 grand. I don't know. I might think about it. But the point I'm trying to make to you is just because it's there does not mean it's in alignment with what I have going on. Now, if they tell me that when I get up, I'm going to have 50 grand in my pocket, first thing I'm going to do is, God, is this table for me? Now I have to check the fruit. The fruit ain't good. This table ain't for me. Keep your 50K. Right? Keep your 50K. Because it's going to hurt me more in the long run than help me. So just because it's knowledge out there don't mean that I need that knowledge. If God tell me I need the knowledge, then I'll research it because maybe I need it in my back pocket for later. Maybe I'm going to meet somebody later that I can have this conversation with that somehow is going to align with my alignment, align with my purpose. I don't know. But you don't sit at everybody's table. You have to know your self-worth, know self-respect, who you are. Why am I here? Why do I need to be here? Do I need to be here? It's okay to walk away sometimes. All collaborations ain't great collaborations. That's all, collaborations come. They just come. And guess what? I don't pick each one. I have to pick and choose which one is going to work best for my purpose and in my alignment. God will He will allow all of it to come to me. Whatever I want, my heart desire. However, what are you going to choose? Are you going to stay in alignment now that you're making money, right? Now you're making money, right? You going to stay in alignment or are you going to go and chase a dollar? See, I don't chase a bag finds me. Because I know my self-worth and because I pour into myself, I don't have to do anything. Everything comes to me and finds me. Everything finds me. And that's just how it is. Stay in alignment. Know your self-worth. And I want you to say this. I want you to say this. I am worthy before I do anything. Before you accept and before you go anywhere, you have to know that you are worthy already. You are worthy. Listen, when God brings these different things and collaborations to me, I sit and I'm like, okay. Now the unhealed version of me would have been, my nervous system would have been like, oh God, oh Lord, oh Elizabeth, I'm coming to visit you. That type of thing. But because I understand, okay, I'm worthy for this. I'm worthy of this. Like, why wouldn't I be? Would I need to be excited of, oh, you chose me? God chose me. You ain't choose nothing. You just was the vessel. God chose me. He said I'm good. And I'm good. He brought me friends, connections, and things like that. That's like, hey, that reaches out and say, hey, I want to help you elevate this. Okay. I don't have to go and reach out for anything. I don't have to do anything. God sent everybody that I need. Okay? So remember, you are worthy before you do anything. Before you touch it, you are already worthy. Just know that. Just stay in purpose. Don't let money change you. Don't let the career and the success change you. Stay who you are. If you're going to change, that means that you're just elevating and ascending to a higher version of yourself. Higher version of yourself. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? So your homework. Let's talk about it. Closing out number 3, I just want you guys, this is all about not proving yourself to anyone. You know your self-worth. Okay? Now, what I want you to write is, hold on. I want you to list the things you do for self-love. I want you to get your journal out and list the things that you do for self-love. Okay? Now, if you guys been following me for the entire series of this class, and if you haven't, then okay. I want you to, now that you've been following me and you stepped away from the survival mindset, and for the ones that just joined and don't know anything about this, your survival mindset is how you were raised. I want you to write down the things you do for self-love, and I want you to look at it. Each one of them, is that really self-love? What I mean by self-love is you. I want you to look within you and say, okay, does this really affect me? Or is this something that came up with my values and my, growing up? Is this what they taught me? Is this what I was taught? But do I do self like this? Right? And so if you get away from it and you're like, no, because 9 times out of 10, everything that you write down is like, no, that was everything that they taught me that I should like. Right? Now I want you to create what your self-love look like. I want you to jot down things of what your self-love look like. Listen. Okay, so now with your body, because it's Trinity of Fitness Boot Camp, Trinity of Fitness Boot Camp is all about the spiritual, mental, and your physical. Now, the physical part, I want you to take time. First off, I want you to do small little things. I know this sounds weird. This is going to sound real weird for y'all, especially in the Black community. I want you to take the time and gently touch yourself. Just gently touch yourself. Right? That's it. Just gently touch yourself. Gently massage yourself. I didn't say you say, hey, babe, come and hype me up. No, I'm just playing. You ain't going to say, hey, babe, come and massage. No, I want you to do it because you need to know what you like. Not what bae come and massage you and you like, oh, I like that. Oh, because you like it. Do you like it? Or are you saying that I ain't never had this before? No man ever, or no woman ever do this for me, so I like it. But what do you really like? Just gently touch yourself. Because this is how you deserve to be touched. You don't need to be snatched up. I know the fantasy of y'all and the dude come up, snatch you by the neck and kiss you down. And I know that's y'all fantasy. Y'all just sit back like, I just want somebody to just take me now. Take me now. No. Anybody taking you. Sit down. Gentle touch. Gentle touches. Gently touch yourself. Because this is what you deserve. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because we were raised in a microwave lifestyle. Hurry up. Time. Hurry up. So I want you to meditate on just saying this as you sit and meditate. I love you. I choose you. I love you. I choose you. Imagine yourself, visualize yourself speaking to yourself. I love you. I choose you. Visualizing yourself receiving that. I love you. I choose you. The same way that if this person said, I love you, how would it make you feel? You should be feeling 10 times more better of feeling that way about you saying it to yourself. Okay? Now, y'all know we get to the daily declaration. Let's talk about it. I am loved, worthy, and enough. I am loved, worthy, and enough. Now, the tabletop talk. So let's talk about it. Self-love is not a feeling, it's a practice. What do we mean by that? That's what you bring to the table. Self-love is not a feeling, it's a practice. You can create a group chat. Matter of fact, you guys, why don't you make a journaling group? You and your homegirls, our homeboys, y'all make a journaling group. Talk about it. Self-love is not a feeling, it's a practice. Now, you can break it down in many ways. I got some examples here. Self-love is not a feeling, it's a practice because feelings come and go, but actions build trust. And then from there, you guys talk about it. Because now what you're doing is you're thinking outside the box, like, another way to think of it. And then they'll see how wise they are as well, because now they'll be able to. Listen, you won't always feel loving towards yourself. That's something else to journal. Talk about. Talk about it. When you're doing self-love, you won't always feel loving towards yourself. Or here is another one. Practice means choosing care even on the hard days. Another way to look at it and break it down is repetition creates safety. confidence, and healing. Self-love shows up in boundaries, rest, honesty, and discipline. Over time, the feeling follows the practice. So over time, the feeling follows the practice. It just becomes part of your innate nature. Just remember, love is what you do consistently. Whatever you do consistently, do it with love. We talked about that. Get out the shower tonight. When you catch yourself, hurry up, drop, take the stop. You have to practice these things to make it become. Pat yourself dry. Take the time. You're just taking one small, consistent step. Right? Pat yourself dry. When you get done, put your lotion in your oil on. And listen, you can get it in your skin by slap, but don't be out there slapping, talking about some, y'all turn that stove off. No, don't do that. Just pat it in. Take some time, pat it in. Rub yourself. Pat it in. Because you're giving yourself some love. Listen.